Sorry, I didn't end up getting on yesterday. It went much longer than I expected yesterday. Hey, Barb. Hi, Ricky. Mike, thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Tina. Happy Mother's Day to y'all, too. Hi, Charlotte. Isabella, Erica, happy Mother's Day. Hi, Linda, Jeff. So I've got YouTube and Facebook open here again. Cliff, where are you going? Where are you going, big guy? Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Hi, handsome. Look at that tail. Good boy. Hi, Steven. Hi, Clifford. He is doing really well today. I didn't see him barely yesterday till the end of the night, because I was up and out the door at 5 yesterday. So everyone was still sleeping. Hi, Diane. Happy Mother's Day. Danielle, Terry. Hey, Jazzy. Brian, thank you. Hi, Robin. Steve. So yeah, I've got Facebook and YouTube on live here. Oh, it is cold. It's like only going to be highs of 54 today. It's not the warmest out today. Woo. Better?
Yeah.
Good. So now that we got past the few days where we were thinking he might end up feeling nauseous, we'll probably try the wheelchair again. They said day 2 and 3 he might feel a bit nauseous from the chemo, and we're past that point now. So I believe he went in on Friday. No, Thursday. No, Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure it was Thursday. Anyways, he didn't get sick. I did give him Serenia. Cliff, Cliff. Come on, big guy. I gave him Serenia. So just in case he was going to get sick, he didn't end up feeling it. So whether that was due to the Serenia or not, maybe it was just due to he wasn't going to feel like that anyways. Either way, he's good. So we'll try the wheelchair again and start working with him on that. Good boy. Good boy, Clifford. Hi, handsome. That's a good boy. You're doing so good. We are all so proud of you. Janice, so chemo should be 4 to 6 treatments every 3 weeks. So we're lucky to get that nice break in between there. Like, it's ridiculous, Clifford. You want your butt scratched? Is that, woo, and he flops over. Good boy. Dane, I'm so sorry. Yes, he had bone cancer. It's called Osteosarcoma. It was in his shoulder, so we just had to remove everything. Good boy. Melissa, I don't. I'll have to measure. $90 in Georgia. That's insane. That's hot, hot. We haven't hit anywhere close to that yet. Good boy. Good boy, Clifford. Clearly, he is a very, very happy boy still. This did not faze him at all. Good boy, Clifford. Yay! Happy tail. So Clifford is 7. He's 7 years old. Anyone new on here? I've seen a couple people asking what happened to his leg. He had osteosarcoma, which is a bone cancer. It was in his shoulder, so they had to remove that leg. He went in for his first dose of chemo just a few days ago. Everything went really, really well. And he goes in every 3 weeks for 4 to 6 doses. Scar looks amazing. Katrina, it does. It looks super clean now. And his hair is very slowly starting to grow. Very, very, very slowly. But it is growing. But yes, it looks really good. The amputation was done almost 4 weeks ago now. It takes a very long time for the hair to grow back. Hey Joni, Patricia, Olivia, he is. Renee, so there really isn't much like any, it's tough. So I'm going to explain to you what the vet says, and then I'm going to tell you what I've seen from other people. So the vet will tell you that with the amputation and then chemo, you're going to get an average of 18 months. Could be more, could be less. If we did the amputation with no chemo, you'd get an average of 6 months. Go on the other side, guys. Go on that side. There you go. There you can get up better. I have seen and spoken to people that have dealt with osteosarcoma in their dogs, and they have had years and their dog is still going strong. The day I brought him home from the vet, I ran into a woman at the store with a 3-legged Boston Terrier who said that it had been 5 years ago that their dog's leg was amputated and she's still healthy as ever. So we really don't know how much time we're going to get. What they say about it is that it does almost 100% of the time always spread, but it is so microscopically small that you don't see it anywhere else in the testing yet, which is why you go ahead and you start the chemo, because you are assuming it is somewhere else in there and you're trying to slow it down. We did all sorts of testing before we amputated his leg, because if it had spread somewhere and it was big enough to see, it would be something that we would say, you know, there's nothing we can really do anymore. It wouldn't make sense to remove his leg when we can already see it, for instance, like in his lungs. And yeah, we just wouldn't do it at that point. So we didn't see it anywhere else, which means that if it had spread, it is very, very, very small somewhere. But we're going to just be positive and take it day by day. And we're just going to give him all of our positive vibes. I've got him on all sorts of Clifford, natural, healthy, holistic things. So we're trying to feed his body with all sorts of good, healthy stuff that it needs to kind of fight things off naturally and boost his immune system and all that stuff. So that's basically that. Southwest Georgia, 69 in our low, 89 is our high. Oh my God. Yeah, we haven't even gotten in the high 70s yet. Today is a little bit colder. It's 54 today. But the wind makes it feel a little bit chillier. Hi Deanna, Shadow, thank you, Stacy. Thank you guys. Happy Mother's Day. Heather, does he use his wheelchair? Not yet. So we were giving him a few days to kind of see how he dealt with his first dose of chemo. And now that we know he did well and, you know, he's not feeling sick or anything, we will start to try to get him in that. so we just wanted to make sure that we weren't going to be putting too much on him too fast all at once. But he's good. He's good now. Now we know. Is Clifford with the other dogs? Michelle, he is not quite yet. He does get time with Nikki, which is his buddy. So little bits here and there, but nothing too crazy. One, I really don't want him to start to try to run. I really want him to try to get used to his wheelchair. I don't want him to hurt himself trying to run on the 3 legs quite yet. Melissa, he is going to a specialist. He goes to an oncologist. They're over 2 hours away, and it is the best one that is even remotely close to where we are. So it is, yeah, not just a regular vet that does it. Thank you, Olivia. Happy Mother's Day. Josh, he had osteosarcoma. It's a type of bone cancer. It's actually apparently the most common type of bone cancer. Hey, John. Thank you so much. So I'm going to try again. I'm not sure if we're going to try today because I do want everybody involved, and I haven't talked to anybody yet. But I'm going to need someone in front of him, kind of encouraging him. It's not going to be a one-person job, so I got to make sure that everyone else is around and on board to jump in and help. But we are going to start it soon because now we know that he handled the chemo well, so he'll be able to start doing it. Yeah, it's hard to get up on that side. You don't have a leg to push yourself up. If you roll over to the other side. There, okay, you got it. Good boy, Cliff. Good boy. Good boy, Clifford. There you go. The bacon. Yes, Katrina. Spoiled baby. He's getting around really well, though. Clifford. He's a good boy. Come on. Good boy. Yeah, Janice, I know. I was like, it's going to be a little tough that way, but nope, he did it. He's like, oh yeah? Well, watch me. Mike, yes, I think a visual for Clifford might help. Shaniqua, so Clifford had bone cancer. It was in his shoulder. We had to remove that leg. It's been almost 4 weeks now. So it's been an adjustment period for him, but he's getting better and better every day. I know, Katrina, 4 weeks has really flown by. Cliff! Good boy! Good boy, Cliff! Good boy! You got that. Thank you, Robin. Hulk's inside every day between 12 and 1. I do Clifford's lives. So I'm just here with Clifford right now, but more dogs will be on later. Thank you, Michelle. Happy Mother's Day to everybody on here too. The other dog, I believe her name was Missy. Did she have to go to a special vet? Melissa, she could just go to a regular vet that could see her in an emergency situation. A lot of the times vets don't have the time to do an emergency, just like your regular vet. But we were able to find one that could get her in very quickly for an emergency. So that is a regular vet thing. Good boy, Clifford. You can get a prosthetic leg. We actually have a wheelchair, so there's nothing on, there's no nub that we could attach a prosthetic to. It would be pretty uncomfortable. But he has a wheelchair. it's actually, I'm not going to have him try to follow. He'll follow me if I walk over there. But we do have a wheelchair that's all set up. I just need to fit it, all the sizing specifically for him. And then he needs to start to get used to that, because that's going to be a whole nother adjustment, is getting used to the wheelchair. Why exactly did she have to have the surgery? Heather, so Missy had what's called pyometra. Now there's two different types. I mean, pyometra is all the same, but there's two different ways that it can show. One is open, one is closed. It happens in female dogs that are not fixed. And you generally see it about 2 weeks after their heat cycle, if they are not bred, if they are not pregnant. So it's an infection of the uterus. And if it's open, you'll see this really foul smelling discharge just coming out. If it's closed, it's a lot harder to diagnose at home, because you can just think your dog's not feeling well, she doesn't want to eat, she's just not as active. If you check her temperature, she will have a fever. So that is a sign. And you just kind of have to look at everything. All right, my dog's lethargic, she's not feeling well, she doesn't want to eat, she has a fever, she had a heat about 2 weeks ago. You're pretty likely to be a pyo at that point. The only way to fix it, you can go in and treat with antibiotics. It is very risky to do that way, because while they're healing from it, the uterus can actually burst because of the infection. Now it's it's more dangerous in a closed pyo because nothing is draining out, but it can happen either way. So the best way to go about it is to just do an emergency spay. So that's why she had to go in for an emergency spay, and we were very close to losing her. So we are very, very, very lucky. Emma from South Wales, thank you so much. Melanie, another one from Wales, UK. My girl Constance said, oh Mike, I'm sorry. It is a scary one. It's one you have to catch very quickly because it is fatal very, very, very quickly. What happens is it bursts and all of that starts to leak into their abdomen and they go septic and they die. So it is a very, very time sensitive one. We were very lucky. It did start to leak into her abdomen, but we caught it just barely in time before she had started going septic, and they were able to clean her out and get everything out. So she's good. We're very, very, very lucky with that. Cliff. I've had an English Bull Mastiff and Staffordshire Bull Terrier, both with open pie. It was too late for them both. They're like old age too. Oh, Kirsty, I'm sorry. So it's really important that when you have a dog that is not breeding, whether she was just never going to be a breeder or she's retired or whatever, that you get them fixed right away. Not only do you avoid ever having the issue or the risk of pyo, but you also lower the risk of different mammary cancers. So as soon as they are, as soon as they're at the age where you can fix, then do that ASAP. No, it wasn't. It was another car that drives by every day. I forget. I didn't see it, and I forget what Dad said it was. I didn't see it.
What color was it?
I didn't see it.
Okay,
I think it's white, but I didn't get a good enough look. It went by quick. But no, Dad knows the person. He works over that way, I guess.
Oh.
So he goes by every day. Our neighbors probably think it's us.
That sounds louder than Dad's car.
I don't know about that.
Maybe. Close, at least.
Is there a way, like, a way to know if the dog is in risk of it, or just... What do you mean, Melissa? With pyo? So if you have a dog that is not, a female dog that is intact, and she was not bred, then roughly 2 weeks later, you may start to notice signs of pyo. Now, it's not all the time. They don't, every time they go into heat and aren't bred, get this infection. But it is a risk at that point. And that's around the time, 2 weeks after their heat, is around the time you would start to notice signs. Brian, thank you so much for the what are they called here? Super chat. I am so... I don't know anything about YouTube. I'm so used to Facebook being called stars. So I would also...
Look at Clifford.
I am looking at him. I'm sitting right in front of him. The other thing too with spaying and neutering your dog, there are good times to do it for certain breeds. I think smaller breeds, they typically do at a younger age, but bigger dogs need to have their growth plates closed. They need to be more matured before they are fixed, spayed or neutered. So that's something that you definitely want to talk with your vet about. Vets are all going to have a different opinion on when to do it. Some will say do it at a young age for all breeds. Others are more breed specific. I would really find a vet that is more breed specific with the timing. But it is important to do it when they are grown, more matured, usually about 2 years old, roughly, for a dog to get fixed, if they are big dogs. Melissa, there's no certain number of heats. It's anytime. It can pop up anytime. Heather, I honestly don't know too much about endometriosis in people. That's not an infection though. This is literally just, pyometra is just an infection. Yeah, Heather, look for it. If you're not breeding her, get her fixed when she's of age, when she's matured. I don't know what kind of dog you have, but definitely keep an eye out for it in the next 2 weeks. Like I said, it doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't happen necessarily even very often, but I have seen it 4 times now myself personally. Clifford. So just definitely keep an eye out for it. It's good to know. The more that I can pass along that you guys can just kind of know to look for, the better it is, because then you can be on top of things like that too. When does the wheelchair come? We have the wheelchair, so I can actually show you. It's over here. We have the wheelchair. We have waited a few days after chemo to make sure he wasn't going to feel sick, to make sure he's adjusting well to the chemo. So here it is. There's the wheelchair. He did well. No sickness or anything like that. No nausea. He adjusted really well to it. So I got to see what Marlon's plan is today, where if he's going to be around or if he's going to be out, really what's going on. And because I am going to need people involved in kind of helping encourage him moving forward. Someone kind of holding him steady in the chair. And yeah, it'll just be better and easier to have more people involved. So I want to make sure we're all going to be around, and this is something we're going to be able to work on daily with him, because it's something you really have to be consistent with for him to adjust to it. Ours were 10 and over when Pyograph and our vet suggested to put them to sleep because how weak she was. 80% chance of her not surviving surgery. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's something you got to think about when they're older too. So I definitely, anything that needs to be done, I like to have done when they're still young enough. Because yeah, the idea of putting them under anesthesia is always risky. So you always got to be careful. So anything that you need to do surgically, do when they're young. Take care of it when they're young enough. Brandy. The thing is, I was like I was struggling to get it put together, but then I thought I had gotten it wrong and I didn't. So by the end, it all ended up being right anyways. I reached out to the company. What was confusing to me was I found this video on YouTube and I followed the instructions there. I put it together and it didn't look right. So I looked on their website and it was completely different on their website. So I was really confused on why the pictures were so different in different, like they had a few different versions on their website. So I called the company the next day and he explained to me that the website version was an outdated version and I have the better version, so just don't look at the pictures. And he sent me a video, the YouTube video that I had actually followed already, so I did end up putting it together right. So now I just have to get him in it, get him fitted in it, and then they want pictures and videos of him in it, and they'll help me adjust it and make sure that it fits him properly. So that's the plan. We just got to do it. We gave him some time off after going through chemo to make sure he was going to be feeling well. But I think we're good now. Oh, Heather, no way. It's not like an uncommon thing. I'm surprised you never had anyone come through with it. Emmanuel, thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day. Anybody new in here? I've said it a few times. Anyone new that's come in here, happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Spencer. Clifford is 7. He had osteosarcoma, it's bone cancer. And they had to remove his leg to get rid of the cancer. Yeah, Brandy, it was rough. It was rough. But I got it. We're good. You tired now? It's beautiful. It is a beautiful day today. It's only like 54 degrees today, but it's nice. The sun feels nice. The breeze gets a little bit cold, but overall it's pretty nice out. Oh my God, you can hear Jackson. I mean Jordan. Oh my God, the kids get so hyped into their video games. Clifford. 2 feet and the ones on 4. Brandy and the ones on 3. I made that mistake the other day of saying something about all of our 4-legged babies, and Jordan corrected me and he said, and 3. It's like, yes, we can't forget Clifford now. It's two-legged, four-legged, two-legged, three-legged, and four-legged now. Thailand, thank you. At Clifford B54. Yeah, Heather, you said it was hot over there right now. Chrissy, thank you so much for the stars. Yeah, it's pretty nice out right now. That's a good thing about our weather. I mean, we have really long, rough winters, although this one wasn't too bad. But our summers are so beautiful. They're so perfect. It's just like it barely gets too hot. We have a few days that we're maybe a little bit more concerned about with the dogs being outside and trying to keep everybody cool, but overall it's like perfect weather. And the snakes, the no-legged. Oh God, Rob, you're right. The zero-legged, the two-legged, the three-legged, the four-legged, and I think that's it. I don't think we have any one-legged animals. 100 degrees in Arizona, gross, Kathy. 71 in Pennsylvania, that sounds nice. I could do 71 today. All right, well, I'm going to hop off here. I gotta get some stuff done. Hey, Apollo. He is. He's doing so good. No spiders, Rob. No spiders anymore. They're gone. We lost, whatever, the giant one. The bird eater. We lost our Goliath spider. Not lost, like, I mean, she passed. And then I was worried that I was going to do something wrong with the other one because I don't know. I was just worried. She hadn't eaten and I was just getting nervous that maybe something was wrong. So I found her a home because I didn't want to kill her. So no more spiders. John, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, I will be back tomorrow. I hope you have an amazing Mother's Day. Clifford, we'll see y'all tomorrow, same time. Make sure tomorrow between 12 and 1 Eastern time, you log on to either Facebook or YouTube. We'll be on both. We always do both. And see Clifford again. Every day, daily Clifford lives. All right. Have a very, very happy rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Cliff.